到了3个兵，这边混沌补刀无减肥，中路的话。
Даже так вот додувают, но правда.
其实确实拉比克这个英雄来说的话，是放在4号位更合适，因为这个英雄需要经济，他需要有一定的装备才能。
Flesh sustains, gold remains.
What have we here?
Haste!
That should help.
Oh, look at it go!
Care less.
'I'll take that.
Double damage.
Double kill! Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
You shall not.
Illusion.
Killing spree! Own it!
A strange time to hibernate.
No, take that.
No. Not yours.
Same thing, but no boost.
Trust
go in a little bit onto the puck, but Moon now out of mana.
Ice is Ice. You're gonna get out of this one. The rift was a little bit unfortunate. Put him in the trees.
Not to see through that. That's another rift in a couple of seconds.
Yeah, and they have overvenom. He's gonna even rift to try and get the KS, but doesn't get it. Meanwhile, we see the other offlaner as well going down. This is a brutal game to watch as an offlaner. We have accumulated 8 deaths in 7 minutes on the 2 offlanes together.
It's getting insane, honestly. 0503. I mean, Ice has got a couple of assists through his name, but what's the plan for Inflame now? He's got a bracer. He's moving into bottle.
At some point, you just wish that the Witch Doctor started to go a little bit for him so that he can because Spatra is definitely one of those heroes like Darkseer who pull into jungle and just a lot of farm real quick. Nice forward here, gonna catch out if jungling is doing this.
They know exactly where this Bat Rider is.
Yeah.
Ninja Boogie feels...
Don't see why he shouldn't go in and poke him here. Deal some damage and not let him get the farm. Even deal the tar. Oh, you want money?
Oh, Firefly's down. Okay, what are you going to do for the next, 40 seconds or so, huh?
Exactly. You could even go down and body block camps if you gonna secure it.
So, middle lane, OP. What are we looking at now? The roll in from Arfu not going to connect because Moon has moved down towards bottom to try and find DDC. Denies the rune. Very nicely done, but it looks like he's just going to die again.
Similar story to before, where
collapsed on.
He's just playing a little bit too risky here. Heal on his Witch Doctor. He does not survive in the river against the Tiny and the Buck. No way. The ways that he can die there, and he cannot pass. Get out of it.
Puck is controlling these runes really nicely, but it definitely feels like Ice is the one coming in and saying, hey, DDC's missing. He's looking for the rune. Oh, nice. Spaceship gets away from the silence. Arfu unable to connect here. Now DP ripping apart Moon, and there's no jaunt to an orb. The Maledict damage looking good enough, and down goes the Puck. 3-hero rotation in on top of the DP standing mid. Gets them a kill on the little fairy dragon, and they can turn this into a tier 1 push, maybe. Mushi is coming in to defend. So potentially LFY, think twice about this.
Probably just gonna claim the farm here, and that will be see how they're gonna try to pull power out of it. But they got some damage onto it after getting a kill on the mid Buck, who they've been trying to kill for a long time too.
Hey, Waga.
Yes.
Lifesteal is making battle here.
Of course he is. Melee. Man. Get with it. Get with the times.
Oh man, I love this so much.
So, I've been looking at this Batrider because he has the item, the sigil thing on the ground. You know, it looks meteor hammers.
Oh yeah, the kind of blue Ripley effect, right?
Yeah, like when he was in the river. That item is apparently worth a lot. $1,000.
Something like that, yeah. I remember looking it up when he first got it, and it bought it for like 3, and then it went up to 7. One of those weird.
Buy it for 3. Bitcoin.
$3,000 crazy. Well, Monet bitten off a little more than he can chew here, maybe. Does get a load of 1 charges off, and now turning to fight. Is Monet getting out of this? Nah, 3 heroes against 1. No help from the rest of his team. DDC is saying, I'm not getting involved in this one.
But you have to be careful not playing too close to the enemy tower when there's a Puck on their team and there's Tiny. This time, Puck didn't even seem to be down there. He was just setting up for that kill already. CK got himself in trouble by being so far up, and that delays his armlet. He was very close to the armlet. Now he has to get the lane, start more, and finally bring it up. Puck looking for more. Want something.
Yeah, you've made this rotation bottom. Get the most out of it. But yeah, that armlet would have timed up really nicely with the next DP ulti as well if he had not died there. DP ulti ready in about 20 seconds. Could have maybe looked for a play towards one of these tier 1 towers. But right now, the scan up top.
There's a massive level disparity between 2 teams. We actually see level 6.5 and level 7 pretty much on the. Why? You have 2 level 5 heroes, barely. But that makes a big difference for how strong your rotation.
I wish we knew if they'd already used the tome. Yeah, Mushi. He's bought his Demon Edge. It's on the courier, so he's spent the majority of his money. Now getting the TP, the phase boots, but not enough to get away from the Death Prophet. The
and Lifesteal was a little bit target for them.
Oh, there we go. Witch Doctor gets the tome. Push DDC up to... which one would you prefer? Magnetize or Deathboard?
Magnetize.
Yeah.
I don't think Deathboard is... time you will see easier to get out there, right? Like, if the enemy overcommits, Deathboard can be amazing, but Magnetize
Way more consistent. Yeah, DDC gives it to Afu.
Typically, the
like
position 4 hero is the one who gets it as well. Way it goes. Nice ward drop there. Scout mid.
Yeah, I saw the dark green on my map and I was like,
he's going bottom.
What's Ninja Boogie doing down here?
Oh,
he's dropping a ward. Now he's looking for DDC. In goes Ice, and down goes DDC. Fade bolted into the ground, but they do roll in with Afu looking for the Rubik now. Jabs taken out of the game as the Bat Riders caught one on the back end. They get a final bit of damage from...
That's good punishment.
Firefly.
A good punishment. The kill was not worth it, let's say. Witch Doctor is a great hero to bait with. Still, he was level 5, right? Because he didn't read that book, so not a high value kill.
Almost level 6 as he TPs mid to try and save OP, but the Night Stalker and the Puck have already cleared up the DP.
This is the thing, though, that you don't have a great save, right? There's no Oracle, there's no Grave. Whenever DP gets jumped like this, they can feel pretty confident that they are going to be able to bring it down. Night Stalker silent, Puck silent. It's not a fun time to be DP against that.
Again, it feels like one of those lineups where LFY kind of have to defend the DP through aggression, you know, have the fear of the Bat or the CK, but if they're showing on lanes, you know, Bat Rider's farming bot still does get his blink now, so a nice little bonus for LFY. But if they're showing on lanes, then the OP DP is super open, definitely.
In general, they have been very good about being aggressive and taking the driver's seat in all these engagements, but they had to counter gank. In a moment like that, you're gonna look for Ninja Boogie to get aggressive. This time, though, a little bit too far.
A nice little kill there for Afu as well. Yeah. So they know that Night Stalker has likely been in this jungle warding, but I don't think they'll understand how deep he's been able to get these wards, honestly. He's done a great job.
The thing is, it's very hard to cover the entire possible warding area in the early game. Play against a hero who invades you, don't do that. They only, you know, slightly going in there, sure. He's been running around everywhere.
Well, here comes the first Infest Bomb with a Battle Fury lifesteal. Veil is up on Puck. Yeah, no blink for Moon.
Really risky, actually, but I think they might catch OP here.
Everyone is silence, though. OP is looking pretty decent here with a Spirit Siphon until the Night Stalker arrives with the silence and the stun. Mushi rips forward, looking for this cleave damage from this Battle Fury, but it's struggling to get it in onto the CK. It's down to this Puck to jump forward and find the damage as Ninja Boogie with jabs do clear up Afu. LFY, they've lost 2 here and likely their tier 1 tower, but that was so quick and snappy from Mineski. Like one target into the second target, there was no spread of damage, there was no messing around. It was very decisive and clear as they get the Bat Rider as well. 3 from nothing. Thin air manipulated into wonderful. The golden experience for Mineski.
That was such an important fight for them because they didn't really have the tools to fight yet on the side of Mineski. Battle Fury, of course, not quite enough to say that Lifesteal is online fighting and no blink Puck, but still, they got so free.
Yeah, it feels super good to like win that fight, like you're saying, without the kind of the toolbox that you need. But then winning the fight gives you that toolbox, so the next fight's going to be easier and easier. You know, that
it is
kind of momentum.
And speaking of toolbox, I kind of hate to come back to this because we've already covered it, but it really shows the downside of not having a hard save hero.
Yeah.
Because everyone was behind, everyone knew the OP was gonna get gone on. He knew that he was gonna get jumped, but there's nothing they can do about it. If he gets jumped, he's gonna die. So that's a very annoying feeling to have in the back of your head as a DP.
And like you were saying in the draft, you know, this Yule Scepter from DP, sure, will be able to maybe save you from, you know, the Puck initiation, the Infest Bomb, but then the Night Stalker comes in and silences you again, or the Tiny Avalanche tosses you. So the Yules, you know, that one-time use of safety, it has to buy time for the rest of your team to get, you know, a sick Blink Lasso, a big Reality Rift with all these illusions of CK.
We really need to look towards CK getting his Blink Dagger pretty much. After the Echo Saber, if he goes Blink, perhaps he can salvage some of these scenarios by being earlier at getting in on the fight. Perhaps he can disrupt the initiation coming from Ice's Eyes. We'll see what's gonna happen. Lifesteal did just finish farming a triple stack. Okay, now infesting the Puck.
What's he got? Battle Fury Armor, 16 minutes in, with a Blade of Black.
Yeah, now he's definitely a lot stronger in the fight as well. That armor makes a big difference. And that's a kill.
Oh dearie me. That is a very quick kill.
2 hits from the Lifestealer with the spells above it.
Mineski not gone just yet. If LFY stick around too far forward, if they have any conceivable notion of defending this tier 1, they're going to get destroyed. So
Ninja Boogie really sending a message there, running in even under a tower just to do a nuke. He's like, by the way, I'm on you. There's even Tranquil Boots on the Earth Spirit. It's like, it's not about lasting damage, it's just send a message.
This tier 1 is ours. If you try and defend, you will die. Moon moving up towards top here as LFY smoking CK and the Witch Doctor to try and make a play here, but Mineski have already fallen back. They've left this tier 1 alive.
See, the thing about playing against a lineup with the Puck Infests is that you can't really play this slow and steady. You could be farming your CK, right? You could just sit and free farm all, but it's so easy for them to go down there and pick him off, even if he's doing that. So they're trying to be aggressive, trying to look for any fights that they can get. This smoke gank is not going to be successful, and of course that's a lot of time that this CK was not farming. And he isn't farming as fast as the lifesteal with Battle Fury, that's for sure. He is.
Yeah, it's a pretty interesting concept. You've got these tiny to cleave creeps, you've got Battle Fury, Lifestealer, everyone's farming on Mineski, the Puck's clearing out waves, and then LFY, they need to fight.
Yeah, they get dragged into it. It's not really a voluntary decision.
Oh.
So normally you kind of want to just farm your CK until you have a heart or something and then blink BKB and just fight.
Should the Chaos Knight have bought Battle Fury?
I don't think.
Come on, Waga!
he should have been a Spectre with Battle Fury.
Should have been a Spectre with Battle.
Well,
okay.
No, he can't. He can't really get dragged into that. The armlet is simply too high value for his ulti.
Yeah, they just need to find the fights that work for them. Now they've got the Yules on OP, moving into a BKB now, again, just down that road of need defensive items.
Exactly. My supports are not gonna save.
If
my supports are not gonna save me, I have to do it myself. He's gonna Yules himself and then BKB, or just use BKB and keep aggressive Yules. Would be great too.
Oh, Nate, thinking about a BKB of his own. Oh,
Moshi,
that just happened
thinking
so quickly.
about some Batrider once again. The 8th time that the Batrider goes down in this game, it's really not been easy for him.
Inflame, with that Blink Dagger, maybe expect a few plays from him as his team was starting to group up middle lane, but play top to try and keep Mineski away from that tier 1. Unfruitful for now. They may just have to wait for Inflame to be alive to actually go and do anything. OP farming bottom lane, the rest of them trying to herd back Mineski mid, and they do slice down the Rubik.
That damage. Yeah, I mean, it's still a CK. He still hits really hard whenever he gets allowed to get a few swings off. So with the chain stun, they definitely have the damage. Coming in mid, they want to defend this. Night Stalker is gauging for a kill here. Puck keeping it.
Out. CK just doesn't look too happy about the situation. Nice little boulder smash to keep Mineski at bay for a little while, but the chase will never stop now, surely. OP. Oh, it's got ulti exorcism to turn this one back around, but Ice sees the target have chosen to go on with the lasso there. The puck blinks back in, and a double kill for Mushi. It looks pretty nice for LFY though, with OP is allowed to stay alive, but the damage is so strong. Now, with the Spirit Siphons, OP's still going. Now the Lifestealer's dropping. Oh, LFY, how have you done this? OP was kept up and running throughout the entirety of that fight.
He made great use of that Yule Scepter, timed it perfectly, and he had so many Spirit Siphons going at the same time. The Night Stalker was not able to disjoint the DP when DP started running in and chasing Tiny down initially. He had the silence ready. I wonder if he should just have used it and tried to force out the Yules from DP, but now she was allowed to keep it for a long time, made great use of it for staying alive even longer. That is the entire BKB done on OP pretty much.
Huge. That's without...
That's a crazy fight.
That's without Armlet Phantasm as well. Like, I'm just looking at this thinking, CK was a non-factor. That was a 4v5 potentially, but Mineski did use quite a few spells on that CK to bring him down, and then still walked back into LFY. But whoever made that call to turn and stand and fight on LFY, godlike decision.
It was very well executed as well, but you have to respect the exorcism. Whenever you're close to Death Prophet, her damage is it's insane. You have to get away from her, create some distance. If one guy gets caught, it's easy to try and go in to save him. That's what happened. They just kind of clumped up and then they were stuck. They were being slowed up by a sticky napalm. They had the Spirit Siphon on them, and no one was getting away from that one.
So are we going to be looking for a Mushi Assault Cuirass soon or something along those lines? So
he's got to find this time. Actually, he has a little bit of help from their spirits.
Afu there, ready to save the day. But yeah, like Mushi's next item feels like it's super important. Like going for an AC seems pretty nice, but I don't know.
Yeah, he finishes up the entire Sanjiasha first, and I agree, having an armor item is really, really nice here. You could argue that the Desolator is nice, but I think Assault Cuirass into Nullifier could be a nice build.
Roshan down to 2,000 HP as Mineski jump in, but there's OP's BKB Exorcism in 5 seconds. Monet stays alive with that double damage rune still going. He almost toggles himself through the damage of Mineski, and OP's BKB now wears off, but the Exorcism is ready to go. Mineski have lost their putt. Are they thinking about going back in? Potentially they are. Jabs and Mushi into the pit. Roshan dead to the dire, and the take from Mushi. Now he takes down OP and he munches on DDC.
He's like, I'm DP, let's go push.
Lifestealer's so hungry, Waka. He wants more. Inflame, caught by Ice Ice, tossed back into Ninja Boogie. Mushi says thank you very much, but Jabs will steal that kill as the Ghost's Exorcism in the hands of Rubik. Really looking good as Mineski take that fight.
It's a very nice spell to steal on Rubik, and obviously it's level 2 Exorcism. He's going to be able to keep it as well for the next fight if you want to do 113 seconds. He could hold on to that and just use it for one more big team fight, big push.
And it's so hard for DP to not give it away, right? Because Silence and Crypt Swarm both have really kind of awkward, you know, animations, cast animations. So.
For sure. The only one that's really quick is the Spirit Siphon, but then you need a target close to you, so easy to do it. That was a really nice little engagement there for the Dire. This game is going very back and forth. LFY taking the previous fight so heavily.
Yeah, Mineski back in the kind of driving seat, resetting to where they were several minutes ago, pretty much identical there.
They have some big items as well. They have Blink Dagger on Rubik with, you know, half of a Yule Scepter as well being built. Starting to get that Solar Crest on Night Stalker. He's probably gonna run over and finish it. That's gonna help him stay alive quite a bit against CK.
Or even just putting it on his own Lifestealer.
Oh yeah, saving
close to the DP. A great all-round item there, we have it. Crest on Ninja Boogie. As Moon, the Veil, Blink Yule's aiming for this Aghanim Scepter. Again, we're looking at these 2 BKB carries over on LFY. No saving support, so...
It's a great item against the Death Prophet. You just need to stop her from running in, and when you already see, as you said, the double BKB coming out, then Aghanim's own puck already going to be good in that game. But just DP's nature, she needs to run after targets, needs chasing. It commits the ulti and then gets puck ulti. That can very much stop the entire fight.
LFY all having a bit of a hand-holding session in the jungle here.
Looking like they want to
jungle
smoke,
camps,
but
yeah.
there are wards around, and it would be a very, very bad time to smoke if they do it. Lanes are also quite pushed, so it's a time to get away with doing it.
So you were mentioning Blink on Monet's CK earlier on, and it would have given him a chance to, you know, preemptively Phantasm, jump in, Reality Rift, and find a target for themselves. BKB, much more of a kind of reactive item, it feels like. But we haven't seen a good Phantasm yet because he's always being jumped on.
Exactly. It's a very good item to have the Blink, because it allows you to pick your target a little bit, where he has mostly just been in the center of the fight, and AoE has been enough to burst him down, and Batrider getting gone on again. Same combo as before, just puck infest, and that's enough to kill pretty much anyone on the side of LFY apart from the DP.
Yeah. At least the Batrider isn't 0 Tenant. He's got a couple of kills to his name.
He's been part of stuff. He was instrumental in the DP killing everyone on mid lane. The Sticky Napalm combined with Death Prophet, definitely a scary combination.
Oh yeah. Turn rate stuff.
So annoying. Even just the slow itself and then Spirit Siphon slowing you as well brings you down to standstills.
Mineski though, classic move. Start getting really deep wards in here. Look for the smokes. Look for the push out of the base and just hem LFY back into these tier 3s. They'll be looking for this tier 2 tower in short order, but for now, keep farming away. You know that LFY aren't really in a position to run into your Aegis Lifestealer, and you were mentioning the Nullifier, and it's here for Mushi.
Yeah.
Main target DP, I guess.
He buys it he buys it one item earlier than I expected, but with the puck infest ganks, that makes a lot of sense, because you can silence the enemy with the puck, and then you just use nullifier as well, and you could kill anyone. Even the DP and the CK are good targets. And I believe if they jump on Death Prophet and she Yules herself, you can Yules her down and she cannot BKB. If you nullify the Yules, that is. You can purge her down from the Yules.
Okay.
So that's a really strong item.
Big.
People are starting to realize when it's good. First, we didn't see it used at all, but lately, like the last 3 weeks or so, we have started seeing more use of the nullifier than ever.
LFY finally get the ball in their court. Got a bit of a push on bottom lane, forced Mineski to react. But then you look at the rest of the map. Top lane is at Radiant Tier 3. And LFY, they're like, hang on a second, wait, we've got to come back and deal with this. We'll TP away.
They really do. Night Stalker, he senses that this could be a moment for him to go in. He doesn't want to be ultra aggressive in doing so, though. Team can't really keep up with him if he charges it. They're gonna see the people running back now. Witch Doctor runs into a ward. They get information that everyone pulled back.
But I do like that. LFY kind of trying to time a fight around Roshan expiring or Aegis expiring.
They're just going for something up here. The scan was successful in finding.
OP as well.
Let's see if he can do the nullifier play.
Big target to go on, but they've switched over to the CK. He gets his BKB Phantasm off, and now Mushi, he's deep in here with the exorcism going. They've got to turn and run. Oh, it's a silence stolen by Jab. That's not the ghost he was looking for. It's the face shift from Puck. Now the blink from Moon gets a little bit of distance away. LFY scared though.
Still
panicking.
one fight. Yeah, still one fight by Mineski, despite the fact that they're so fast at getting out of the fight.
Wow.
So that was really, really big. They forced the BKB on both the cores. They forced the CK ulti and the DP ulti. This is pretty much go time. You can't see a better opportunity than this one.
It feels like that's, 70-80% of LFY's strength in team fights now gone down the drain.
At least their damage, yeah, their control is still there, but what good is it if you can't kill anyone, right? So, you're definitely looking to do some damage here. Oh, careful in play.
Number 11 coming up right now. Batrider dies again. Mushi on a killing spree this time.
The nullifier has such a satisfying sound. Really love it. I want to buy it more just for that reason.
I want it to have a nicer projectile. It's so like minuscule and puny. A little purple thing flying out, but Witch Doctor Glimmer will not save you from the outright nonsense Mineski's throwing you away. A tier 2 should be an easy bring down for them.
There's no way you go in and fight this, and they know that. Mineski are playing very aggressive here because they have a good read that the opponents do not want to fight. Their 2 cores are not ready, and they're going to keep going, I believe, to do some high ground damage as well here. Might very well get this tower.
Flame alive in 20. Really does not want to buy back at this point, but 13 seconds until he respawns. Tier 3 might just be given away here. No glyph available for LFY. Tiny jumping in, Avalanche, but a great silence comes out. Arfu maybe saving the day here as Ice forced to run away. Mushi sprinting out with the help of Jabs and Ninja Boogie, giving away his own life potentially. But the Yules onto the Earth Spirit means that the catch, the chase, it has been taken out of the hands of LFY. And Mineski, they're out of here. They only lose Tiny.
We're so fine losing Tiny. One big thing that we haven't really talked about is the duration of the BKB, right? Goes out and gets caught again in Flame, really not having a good game here. But yeah, the duration of the BKBs is really important, because now it's down to 7 seconds on the DP, and it's down to 8 seconds on the CK. Once those get down on the lowest number, when they get down all the way to 5, it's not going to be nice against the Puck, against the Ruby, Night Stalker. Well, these are BKB usages that need to get more done.
They need to get something done. Feels like they're trying to escape and survive, but Afu dead in his own jungle.
They have great wards down and they just play towards it. They punish so quickly. Even the Rubik turned himself into an Infest Bomb for the Lifestealer. Because he has to blink Yules, he can just initiate super hard. And that Chaos Bolt is a good spell to have.
Well done. Bit of damage. Mushi now moving into a Lincoln's, realizing that really the only thing here that Gonna catch and kill him as the Batrider blink lasso full staff back into Fountain or something along those lines.
It also messes with the combination coming out from CK whenever he wants to get that stun and rift on you, because that's really how he brings you down. He stuns you and then lowers your armor for 7 and pulls every illusion close and kills you. But if you can't do both those things, it's gonna be hard for him to burst you. Shrine being taken. This is the second shrine already. Things are just flying by here as Mineski starts taking control of everything. 18,000
18, yeah. Looking at that, closing in on 20,000. I mean, the last time we saw LFY get a kill was Tiny dying back in that
so
base
costly
engagement. And there is no green dots here for a whole bunch of the game. I mean, back what, 23 minutes in? A good 10 minutes ago was the last real team fight that LFY put up a challenge to Mineski. Then it was
that one fight on mid. That's the only thing that really went their way in this game so far. And Mushi, he is completing the entire Lincoln Spear before the next fight here. The top lane is already shoving in, so I don't think that you can leave your base like this. LFY, they know Roche is up and they're fearful that that'll be the quest here for they're just gonna Infest Bomb again. They have Arcane Rune on Puck this time.
That scan may have been a false positive there. Mineski see a hint of red as LFY, they're skirting the edge. No observer wards in this exact area, but Mineski seem to know pretty much where they are as they have wards leading up to the hill.
Oh yeah, they're picking them out. They've seen them now as well with a ward from the Radiant base in the high ground. They get scanned themselves, but they're gonna de-ward and start playing around the Roche area. They could just go for it, but maybe they want to use it as a bait.
The aggressive play.
Oh,
she's at Inflame again. Well, they're going to go in the DP, but she gets off her BKB. Exits him now from OP, but Mushi's chasing down DDC. He's going to get ripped apart as Arfu does chase in. Now they've got the stun killer, chaining down the lifestealer. Monet's doing a decent chunk of damage here, but Mushi has sprinted up to the high ground. Very speedy lifestealer gets out of danger as Ninja Boogie dropping low, but Monet not able to secure that kill as the lasso finally arrives. A year into this fight, and Inflame gets a spell off, but it's not going to be enough here. They'll bring down 3. Mineski do get forced back, but Moon's still trying to play around this. The lifestealer's not getting involved again, though. Looks like he is completely out of there as Moon. Oh, the Yule's up. Can you blink away, though? Face shift again. Blink is ready, and an orb as well. Nice play. Moon gets over the hills and far enough away from Moon to arrive and come back in. Batrider. Oh, dear, that's not where you want it to be.
The lifestealer just sitting around waiting for a chance to be useful. He's like, can you just bring them over to me? I don't want to run into this fight. So that was still a very good fight for LFY, you have to say. Cred to them for the extremely fast reaction whenever they get jumped by Puck Lifestealer. We still have not seen the Nullifier stop anyone from using their BKB when they jump them. The Death Prophet was really quick there at making sure she doesn't get bursted. Same thing, of course, for CK. He has good positioning. With that Blink Dagger, he is able to get better jumps now as well. Still needs more damage. He does have the Rift Pierce's spell immune. That's a really useful thing to have against a Lifestealer.
Yeah.
Getting that on level 20.
Definitely feels good for the CK there. Where he heads into next. The Assault Cuirass is on its way, but we're looking at an Eon Disc for the Death Prophet coming up in not too long. OP deciding that just in case that Nullifier does land next time, out of it.
It's a sad thing though, buying Eon Disc against the Nullifier, because it goes both ways. If he does not use the Nullifier and they just attack you, you can actually purge off the Eon Disc. You can't rely on it, and I'm not sure I'm in love with this item here that OP is deciding on. Sure, it's an okay item, but I'm not so convinced that it's going to be the item for him. Because it can't heal as well. Spirit Siphon does not heal you during.
OP. Contested Roshan, in comes Moshi, nice on size. Oh dear, the DP can't cast any spells, and with a Glimmer Cape on her, still the Yule Scepter is late. 50 HP, gets a bit from the wand as well, but it's not enough. Mineski run rampant now over the rest of LFY. They've lost their Death Prophet. Chaos Knight does arrive with a big hit and crit in onto Ninja Boogie, but now he stands alone. 1 versus 3. Batrider offers no safety whatsoever, and LFY might just have to call it.
he just doesn't do any damage onto a Lifestealer when he goes there. There's too much armor on Lifestealer, 28 armor, 20% evasion, and you're simply not killing him as a CK here. That was one time that the Nullfire did work before the BKB, and that decided the fight. Everything was just over from that point. Yeah. The Death Prophet was dead, and then you just have to scramble and run. Meanwhile, Puck chasing the Batrider here. It's like, get back here.
Flame's doing a good amount of damage with a Firefly. He'll just go for the blink out. BKB now up for the Batrider, and DDC holds the line middle lane.
Another Infest car? He does have 3 blink heroes in his team that he can pull it.
I was so sure ISSI just jumps in on that Witch Doctor, but maybe didn't see him. Playing safely now. Tiny looking for these racks mid. Double catapult is here. Very easy takedown. They've tossed the catapult into the towers, ISSI. So that's not what you meant.
They did that yesterday as well, I believe. Or at least there was some Tiny. No, that wasn't them. That was someone else doing it. There seems to be a misunderstanding about how siege creeps work. They weigh more, so they're tossable. Throw them in.
Just don't want them to miss uphill, you know?
They're looking for a sneaky little wraparound towards the mid.
Oh, OP's using Shiver's Guard. Is this a go?
It's the Rubik there. The reason I see that they wouldn't go there. Far away, and he had creeps on him. Now.
Very close. Blink on blink. What is BKB? It's here, but what does it do for you now? The CK. Okay, damage into Ice. Bring Tiny lower and lower, but he pops his cheese, and now the chase. Hey, it's come to nothing. What have you done? The DP being ripped apart by Moshi. Even with that Glimmer Cape, even with the Ghosts going, it's not going to be enough. Jabs, in fact, has stolen Exorcism. That's where the Ghosts are coming from and forcing out that good game. LFY.
Yeah, he's hunting. Look at him.
Tap out again, number 1, DDC. Good night, my sweet prince. Are you going to stay alive? I don't know. Doesn't die before the game ends, but...
Beautiful under itemization here, and really good play towards the Infest bombs.